What in the world? Welcome. All right, Reds. Dutch here. Cough for that. Cough for that, Burnley. Jordan Pickford. What are you doing here, lad? Your arm's grown since last week. Yeah, Jordan, lad. Have a bevy. It's an Origi brew. Yes, I have a cup of tea inside here. Oh, it's fantastic, that. Get on the Origi. Fantastic. Celebrated worldwide, apparently. Alright, Jordan, you can stay here, lad. You stay here with us. Alright, so Jordan's gonna stay here with us, nice and warm, nice and cosy, on the Origi brew. Welcome everybody to Coffee. I am your host, Dutch, Jordan Pickford. So, Burnley. We'll always have Burnley, and that is the title of the video today. We'll always have Burnley because last year tension was rising, seconds ticking down on the clock. Up steps Clavan, boom, goal, and we beat Burnley away. I had the unbelievable fortune to invite the lads from Tour Player from the Anfield Wrap to a suite that I had at the Manchester City game in New Jersey, New York, in the summertime. And they came in and they were just off the back of interviewing Jurgen Klopp. I'm paying homage to Klopp today with all the Dortmund gear, because let's be honest, we fell in love with Jurgen when he was battling against Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich team when he was at Dortmund. So I thought I'd get it. And I'd whack it on today because I want to pay homage to him. Anyway, the lads from the Anfield Wrap, I'd interviewed Klopp and I'd spoke with Robbo and Craig Hannon, and they were basically saying that Klopp mentioned that Burnley game and how much of a massive lift it was for them to beat Burnley away, and how much of a huge game that game was going into the momentum for the rest of the season. You know, and they're a good side, and they were a lot better last season, but we've gone out with 7 changes in this game, and I thought we would do this because you know what? He's assembled a quality squad, and I think if you're gonna put players in that haven't had many minutes and legs, this is probably the game you're gonna do it. So he does. You know, we've got 2 big games coming up. We've got Bournemouth away on Saturday, and we are the early kickoff as well. We don't traditionally do well in the early kickoffs, and then we've got the biggest game of our season, obviously, in relation to Napoli. Yeah, so the only change that I didn't really like was the fact that he brought in Joel Matip into centre half. I'm not a big fan of him at all, but you know, he held his own. The spine of the team was pretty good. You know, we got experience in relation to Daniel Sturridge, 2 captains on the pitch, 3 if you count Virgil van Dijk, with Milner and Henderson playing in the midfield, and then Alisson is just Alisson Becker. You can't describe how much we've needed a number 1 at this club, and you know, an international number 1. You know, we talk about the likes of Pepe Reina being an absolute beast and a monster and a legend in that Liverpool team, but he was number 2 for Spain behind Casillas. So the fact that we've got such a legend already in Alisson Becker is just fantastic. So Becker is in goal. Like I said, the spine's great. We struggle in the first half. Burnley come out with a game plan of just beating us up. I don't know. Pickford's bothering me. They tackled us hard. It was very, you know, basically whack 'em was their MO throughout the course of the first half, and Liverpool really didn't get going. Joe Hart was actually on it yesterday. I like Joe Hart. I'm a fan of Joe Hart. He kind of looks like me a little bit as well, but I've got better hair than Joe. So Joe Hart played a really good game. First half, Naby Keita was probably our strongest player. And here's where Klopp's making his money, because he's getting him in at half time, and he's making a difference. And this is what all good managers do. You think about Rafa Benitez. How'd you get on against Newcastle, blue shite? Go on, Rafa Benitez. I should have beat them there. Lucky blue shite. Anyway, moving on. You look at managers making a difference at half time, and you go, Istanbul. Rafa Benitez wins as a Champions League. A bit of help from Carragher and Gerrard, let's be honest. But he's making his money with his half-time team talks, and it was basically get the ball to the lad that's good. And our lad that was good in the first half was Naby Keita. So he came into his own in the second half. And shockingly, we go a goal behind. I'm always alright going a goal behind, funnily enough, when it's a lad I've got in my fantasy league team. And I don't normally ever play any of my players that play against Liverpool. Always drop them, put them on the bench. But didn't take Cork out. So Cork scores, defending a corner, poorly again for us. Becker makes a fantastic save. Trent Alexander's got to put his head in and attack that ball. We always seem to struggle with the ball that goes over the whole back line, whether it's the left back, the centre half, and it falls to the outside right defender. And we've struggled with that in the last season and a half. And Trent doesn't attack that ball. He's on his heels a little bit, and they win it. And then Becker makes a brilliant save. And for me, it's kicked out of his hands. He's got his hands kind of around the top of the ball, and then they poke it in the back of the net. There's also a massive shout for offside. So, Liverpool on another day could feel sorry for themselves. Probably the Liverpool team from last year would have felt sorry for themselves. But you know what? We come steaming back into the game. So, great play from Keita on the left side. Bobby Moreno running down the outside, overlapping, plays a ball into Keita. Keita puts a ball into Sturridge to Keita. Keita into James Milner. James Milner. Oh, James Milner, you're awesome. James Pickford, you better watch yourself there. What is little dino hands? Anyway, Milner scores. Get in! Liverpool won. Burnley won. And then we make the changes then. So he brings on. I mean, you'd be crapping yourself, wouldn't you, if you were a Burnley player? Because you've done so well throughout the game. And then all of a sudden, you see over your shoulder 2 big grocks standing there in relation to Firmino and Salah. And they're entering the pitch. Now, obviously, Trent comes on because we lost Gomez in the first half. He's got an ankle injury. Unluckily, he's going to be out for 6 weeks. So hopefully Lovren's got an immune system and Lovren can actually come back and play footy, the world's greatest centre-half. Let's just pay homage to Origi again. Cheers, Origi, lad. Cracking brew, that. Cracking brew in a beer can. Go ahead. Anyway, we bring on Salah and Firmino, and straight away we get a free kick. And now all the subs combine. You gotta love it when that happens. So Trent Alexander-Arnold gets the ball. Salah's fouled in the build-up. We play a short free kick again, very similar to the one we did against Pickford. Oh, cracking brew, that. Make a brew in a beer can, it's fantastic. God knows how I'm going to get the tea bag out of it, but well. So we take a short free kick. We play the ball onto the back post. Big lad Virgil van Dijk breaks the line. He sprints to the back left. He puts a left foot cross across the 6-yard box. And who's there? Bobby Firmino! Bobby Firmino! Anyway, Bobby Firmino scores, gives us the lead, 2-1. And then there's the key moments in the game. This is brilliantness. Alisson Big La Becker makes the most awesome, insane save. Let's be honest, he's making some saves at the moment, but this one, he's dove up a 90. Yeah, that's the screen. Up a Pickford, easy with your dino hands. You wouldn't have got there, lad. Jumps up to the bar. Yeah, we'll just use the screen as the bar. There's the bar. Your hands aren't reaching that bar. Anyway, jumps up, makes a phenomenal save, takes another touch, kind of looks like the ball's about to go out of bounds. He picks it up, and he rolls the ball out at lightning speed. Big grok overarm throw, and Liverpool are on a counter-attack. Now, some of Liverpool's counter-attacking goals from last season were just mind-blowing. Speed, pace, power, precision. And I know Klopp does a lot of work on the training ground when he actually gets his players on the training ground on these passages of play and patterns of play, and he wants his teams to be able to attack with speed and to devastating effect. So the ball gets thrown out. Daniel Sturridge, this is the most FIFA 19 goal I've seen Liverpool score this season, and we scored a lot of them last season. But it's brilliant. Daniel Sturridge plays the most beautiful little pass over the defender into the space where Salah is, and then Salah receives the ball and plays the most beautiful pass across to Shaqiri, and the human cube, the power cube, runs in and slots it bottom corner on the half volley. I mean, it's a brilliant goal. What do you think, Jordan? It's a brilliant goal. Brilliant save. Brilliant bit of goalkeeping. And we win. 3-1. Last minute. Job good. So, positives I take from the game. Liverpool the boss. Negatives. Joe Gomez getting injured. Alright. that's all I want to say, really. Oh, last thing before I go. Liverpool still undefeated this season. We are hot on the tails of Manchester City. I am turning 40 tomorrow. Can we get 40 likes on the video? 40 likes would be boss. 40 likes. I have 96 people that follow. Cop for that. 96. 96 is sound. I don't want any more than 96. So if you're new to this video, don't subscribe to my channel. Not interested. 96 is perfect. 96 is the best. But can we get 40 likes? That's the challenge I'm throwing down. I am turning 40. I don't feel 40, but I'm turning 40 tomorrow. Can we get 40 likes for me turning 40, for Jordan Pickford having little hands, for Origi scoring that goal in that derby to make the miserable Blues trudge back to the Mersey? Let's have it. Liverpool 3, Burnley 1. Boom to Jurgen Klopp. Boom to his team. How good are you? I'm going to have another sip of me brew. I'm going to get ready for my birthday tomorrow. Again, this has been Duds. This has been Coffee. 40 likes we're looking for on this video. 40. I'm getting old tomorrow. 40. Alright. Ta-da for now. Ta-da. Boom, boom. Aka, laka, laka, boom. Boom, boom. Do the dinosaur. Alright, Pickford. Get lost.